Hello students, welcome back to the class. As you all know that we are done with 3 paragraphs of writing task 2, which is an essay. So today we are going to do the last paragraph, which is the most important paragraph as well, and that is called a conclusion. So conclusion is the last paragraph in an essay. So after introduction, we need to write body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and our last paragraph is a conclusion. So almost every student, they take this paragraph very lightly and they take this paragraph for granted. Whenever you write a conclusion, you should know what to write and what is the format, what is the structure of writing a conclusion. Every paragraph is having a different structure. Like in introduction, we need to write 3 things, that is definition, rephrasing the question, and a thesis line. This is a particular structure of writing an introduction. Coming to body paragraphs, we followed SPEEP method, where we explained everything in detail by writing examples, by explaining the things in detail with real life examples and some fake surveys as well. So that is a structure to write body paragraph. Now in one essay, in one particular type of essay, we need to write body paragraph 3 as well, that we'll do later on. So I'll be explaining that type at the end of our sessions because that is a very different type. So we'll be covering first 4 types of essay first, and then the last 5th type because that is different, and the first 4 essays type is almost similar, so that's why we'll be doing it first. Now coming to conclusion. So in conclusion, the length of conclusion should be 5 to 6 lines or 4 to 5 lines. Conclusion's length and introduction's length should be almost similar. It should not be too lengthy, it should not be too short. Some students just write 1 line at the end or 2 lines at the end to sum up everything. So this is now how it goes. So you have to write at least 5 to 6 lines in conclusion. Now the question is what you will be writing in the last paragraph. So in case of conclusion, first of all, you need to start your conclusion with a connector. The connectors can be in conclusion, to conclude. That's it. Do not use any other connector. Like some people use overall. It's not an overall. It's a conclusion to conclude everything. For example, you must have read stories in your school time, or you must have read essays in your school time. So conclusion means writing a hope. So it's not an overall. Your conclusion is basically a paragraph where you will write the gist of the essay. What you have written throughout your essay, you'll sum up everything in the last paragraph, at the last. So in conclusion, you have to rephrase your whole essay and you have to write a future hope at the end. I'll tell you how. So whenever you're writing your conclusion, use these connectors, only these 2, not any other connector. Do not use overall, do not use in a nutshell, nothing. Just try to use any one of these. Now, so whenever you're writing a conclusion, after a connector, you should know vocabulary words to write. There should be no repetition of the words which you have used in the body paragraphs. You cannot use the same words which you have written in the body paragraphs and in the introduction in the last paragraph. The words here should be different. There should be synonyms of the words, of the topics, of the keywords. So you cannot repeat the same words and the same ideas here. So here in conclusion, after connector, you should use different unique words which are the synonyms, which are the similar words related to the topic, related to the ideas. Now here in conclusion, you will highlight the main ideas. So the ideas which you have written in body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So we always write 2 ideas here, 2 ideas here. That means total 4 ideas. So you should sum up those things in the last paragraph. Highlight those main points in the last paragraph. So this is called conclusion. Conclusion means writing what you have already written in a different way. Now, after highlighting the main ideas with synonyms and with vocabulary words, you have to write a future hope at the end of the conclusion. So majority of the students miss this part. They just highlight the ideas and they put a full stop and that's it. That's not it. The conclusion is not over here. You have to write a future hope. Now future hope can be positive, can be negative. Positive future hope gives a hope about something positive to happen, about something optimistic to happen. So you can write a positive hope, and negative hope can be you might write some risks and you can write the detrimental effects of the topic for the future generation, for the society, for the environment, and that can be the negative hope. So you can write positive or negative. It depends upon you. Which one do you pick? But writing any of these is compulsory. It's mandatory. So you should include a future hope at the end. Now I'll write a complete conclusion for you and you will get to know what I'm talking about and how you can write it in a proper format. Okay, now, so here is an example of a complete conclusion. So this was the question which we did in the class earlier. In many countries, students' concentration in the classroom has decreased. What are the reasons and solutions? So we discussed this topic earlier and we also discussed what can be the reasons and how we can solve that issue. So now we have to write the gist of the essay, which is the conclusion. So first of all, I told you to use a connector. So here I have used to conclude, comma. Now the subject line. The question is on declining concentration in the classroom. So we'll be writing the subject. That is, the decline in student concentration in the classroom is caused by, I told you to write the keywords of body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So in body paragraph 1, we used 2 main reasons. The first was because of technology, because of usage of technology, and poor teaching methods. So I have highlighted those 2 keywords here, right? Put a full stop. Now write the keywords of the solution. So in solutions, we wrote 2 solutions. Use a connector here. However means but. So these are the problems, but we can solve it. However, solutions involve, the first solution is this, addressing digital distractions. We can address the digital distraction, that we can solve the problems related to technology, and improving teaching methods or teaching practices. Addressing digital distractions is a solution for this problem, usage of technology, and improving teaching practices is a solution for poor teaching methods. Now here I have highlighted what we have already written in the whole essay. Now I told you to write a future hope at the end. So here is the future hope starting from hence. Hence is a connector for any future hope, or you can also use therefore, or you can also use thus, or you can use ergo, E-R-G-O, ergo. Right? Hence, now what we want, we need a future hope. We need to write a future hope. So I have written a positive future hope. Have a look. By working together, students, educators, and policymakers can create an environment where focused learning can be achieved. So what we want from the essay, we want the students to be focused in the school curriculum. We want students to concentrate in the school curriculum. So this is the positive hope. I have given a suggestion at the end as a positive hope. So I have written that everyone should join their hands, whether it is whether these are students, policymakers, lawmakers, or educators, or principals, or anyone. So the educators and the lawmakers or the policymakers, everyone should come together. They should join their hands and they can create an environment where focused learning can be achieved. So we have ended our essay with a positive future hope. You cannot just write, to conclude, decline in concentration in the classroom is caused by dash and dash, and we can solve it with this and this. Full stop. We have to write something to end it properly. So if you are not writing a hope, that means your conclusion is incomplete, your essay is incomplete. So you need to follow this structure in order to write a great conclusion. I hope it's clear, and if there is any doubt, you can ask me in the live classes.